Hello everyone and welcome back. Welcome back to the next episode for the City of Hope. We are on to episode 6 now. I must admit, coming down and just taking a look at the city when you kind of like really zoom in is really nice. I love it. I love this part of Cities Skylines too. You can play, fully zoomed out and managing your whole city, or you can really kind of come down here and enjoy some of the recreation, the beauty, I guess, of Cities Skylines 2 and see what your Sims are enjoying. I think this looks fantastic, and I'm more excited that they're actually using these paths because this isn't an actual park, right? We just kind of created a bunch of little paths to make it look like one, but we do have a couple parks inside here. We have a playground here and a small park over there. And it looks like, was that it's a dog park. Okay, yeah. Love it. Okay, well, for our last episode, we built this sort of business park and town hall. We built a small little canal. I was very pleased with how this ended up working out. As you can see, I keep destroying this little block because I can never be happy with what it is. But I did finally decide I was just going to do 3 long row housing and see how it looks once it finally builds in. We just have 0 demand. Again, that's because we need to get building our... Oh boy, what's this? Bit of a nasty wreck there, I guess. Looks like the the road maintenance vehicle itself got into an accident. They're becoming the very problem they're trying to destroy. Well, for today, we are going to be doing infrastructure and industrial. It's going to be a very large build, and hopefully we can make something quite interesting out of this. We're going to be building our industrial port kind of out in this vicinity. And before we get into that, we need to expand our road infrastructure. We're in dire need of getting this highway connected into our other highway down here, as well as getting some connections into our downtown. Just because right now, to get around our city, it's not very easy for people if they want to come and take the highway. They have to take the highway off of this little country road here, or you take the main highway in there and then you're driving all through the city. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to bring this highway down over our train tracks. I want to bring it along our little lake here. Then we're going to take a little bit of a dog leg here out this way and maybe get some more houses in here eventually. But for now, I just want to get the framework in, and we're going to probably fix up this train track. This has just been kind of being moved out of my way as I've been building here, so we'll eventually have to deal with that. And then get an interesting connection into here. That'll be an interesting build. Hopefully I can make it look half decent. And I'll probably stop the highway a little bit short over here before we start building our port. But let's get building that highway for now. See how this kind of takes shape, and we'll go from there. I think to start, we'll go with a 2-lane, and we'll probably upgrade to 3-lane shortly. For now, we do need to buy some tiles, though. Let's get into that. Let's buy those 2 to start, and we'll probably need those as well. I mean, we have 41 tiles, so we definitely have lots of space. I could buy intersections. Let's give it a shot. Maybe we'll do something interesting in there. If you haven't already, please click the like button, comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm. Now I'm trying to picture where I want my train station to go, because when we build that, we're gonna need a rail yard first. I guess we could do the rail yard here. This actually wouldn't be too bad. I think that would fit pretty nicely. And then we can build our cargo rail down this way in our industrial area. We'll have a cargo port with a train connection. And then maybe we put our train station down over here, maybe. Let's go ahead and throw in the rail yard. Where would it be a good spot? Where do I want to get our regular train station? I think we could make an interesting little hub area right around here and build in. I mean, who wants to live there? But we could build some houses in there. We get our rail right on this intersection. Maybe it would be kind of cool. Yeah, I like that actually. Let's bring that maybe one more node over. Like there. Yeah, it looks kind of neat. How those roads intersect. Yeah, okay, I like that. Now this is going to be interesting. I think I like it. I think it's acceptable. We're getting quite a hectic little train yard design going in here, which I think I'm actually pleased with. That looks really unique. And I want it to look realistic at the same time. I think it's okay. All right, and eventually we'll bring that one in. I think we're good with that. Hopefully you guys are also on board with our little train build there. Let's get back to our road infrastructure and where we're going to move our highway now that we have this massive train station here. I think this we can kind of bring it in right into there would be good. Start building our on-ramps and off-ramps here. So for this, I think we might upgrade to a 4-lane here. Just for this kind of short bit here. Then we'll go back down to 2. And that'll kind of... Oh, that's just snake off into our countryside after. For the on-ramps and off-ramps here, I think we're going to do something pretty basic. There we go. So you add these little roads in if you don't want to do that whole highway stretch. It adds in a little extra node, and then you can cut it off, and there you go. So we have our merge lane and our exit lane on the other side. I think that looks good. We got to do our lane math for this side now. Up to 3 lane. We'll see how far it'll go. It looks like it won't go far, so I think that's good. Right there. Nice and easy. Let's do our things here so I can go straight, or you take a right. There's going to be no left turn there, because that's only entering on, and there's gonna be no right turn there. So that's good on that side. This way is straight only. Perfect. There's gonna be no right hand turn there because they're gonna go left. These guys are gonna go left here onto that. And everyone else can go straight from there. Okay, so that's a good little entrance and exit on that side, and we do the exact same thing on the other side now. Oh, and we also need to have merge on this side. Okay, so see, this is my example here where the merge lane is just a little too long. So what we do is you add an extra node, we'll say right about there. Then you go to your upgrade tool right there, and then delete that road, and boom, there you go. There we are. We added in a fairly decent interchange there. It's definitely not perfect, but I do like it. We'll see that one's good for that little connection on this part here. I'd like to get another connection in here, which is going to be a little bit harder. I think maybe what we'll do is something similar to that. So I think what we'll do is we'll maybe leave that for now and actually won't build this until I kind of expand our neighborhood out here. And we'll leave that for now. We will need to get the highway going out that way. And I need to get a connection in here too. So this one, I think we're going to connect our highway in here first, and then we'll get that connection afterwards, because this is going to be a bit of a hectic interchange. Okay, I've tried many different interchanges. I think what we're going to do is just go with the more simple, roundabout European sort of look here. All right, that'll finally wrap it up for our interchange. I definitely like adding in the one that comes in the standard intersection highways pack there. It's definitely not bad. I did a couple changes there, as you see. I just added in this sort of curve in the road. I just realized I forgot to put no left turns on that one. There we are. So then instead it was a straight line. I just didn't like how sharp that looked. I like it rather being a bit of a smooth sort of interchange here. It kind of makes it look almost a little bit neater. I don't know. I like it. I think it's a pretty neat little design. So let's continue on with our build from here. I think this is just where I'm going to get into doing our frame for our port. Before we start, my most important thing I want to look at is our wind direction. So wind direction is blowing this way. So I don't want to put the industry too close. It's going to blow into our downtown area here. We want to unlock water. That's going to give us our cargo harbor. As you can see, is a very large asset here. So let's go ahead and purchase some extra tiles. Thinking we'd just go ahead and purchase like that much. This could be that big of a build here. I don't want to go too small. And the next thing I'm thinking we're going to need to do is do a lot of terraforming. So let's go ahead and level out some of this land here, and we will be right back. We're going to try and build our frame for our industry, our port area with the roads first, and then we'll do some of the key roads afterwards. So I'll try and get a basic design built first here. Okay, I'm thinking that this might kind of be our framework for our port here. And now what we're going to need to do is do all the terraforming around this and get our key roads built in. All right, it definitely does take a little while to get something like this built in, but I do like it. I think this is going to look pretty good once we have this filled in. For now, let's see if I built it well enough to maybe get cargo port in. What we're going to have to do is switch that around, and then we're going to build... Oh, look at that. That's going to fit like a glove. I almost want to put 2 of these in here, but I think we'll just go with 1. I think we'll just do 1. If you decide to do this, I highly recommend flooding this slowly, because it can get quite disastrous quite quick. So let's go ahead and hit play. We're going to let this kind of flood in a few spots and hope that stuff doesn't get too crazy. We should probably get rid of those trees, actually, before we get too far ahead of ourselves here. To do that, you can always just go into your tree tool, go into place multiple, and make sure you unselect remove only matching type, and then have at it. Brush strength to 100 would make it easier as well. The other thing we can do with our roads here to make them look a little bit sharper, which I'm not sure... Ooh, I gotta be very careful if I decide to do this. Let's go ahead and do a quick little pause and just take a look here. If we do roads like this, I think this would make more sense if we did the roads kind of like that. They get a little bit of a sharper corner on them, and I don't think it's necessary to have 4-lane go all the way around our border. So I think we'll go ahead and fix that up. We're going to let that kind of come in as we fix some of our other roads in the back here and get some other industrial network built in behind here. So let's get into another time lapse here, shall we? Okay, here comes our challenge of connecting our port area with the rest of our infrastructure and kind of making it look good. I think what we can do is we're going to remove this. We're going to move our 6-lane road and maybe just have it kind of meet. Okay, back again. I dropped this. We plopped this in just a second ago, and all of a sudden, the graphics went a little wonky on us. So we're back. Let's see how this goes. We do need to make sure we're gonna be getting things upgrades in here. I'd like to get this warehouse. I'd also like to get the rail connection. I think it's probably good we just go ahead and install that right away. Cargo cranes, additional cranes. That can make things look pretty cool. It's going to be really expensive to do all this, but I would really like to get all that kind of built in. Kind of have that. Ooh. I didn't know that was going to do that. That's unfortunate. Let's fix that. Put a rail connection in here. And let's go ahead and put our... I'd like to put this warehouse in as well. How does that look? I think that actually looks pretty good. I do like that. That looks pretty cool. All right. Buckle up for a long time lapse. This episode ended up going very long, and there was no way to fit it without speeding through it. It turned into quite a massive build. Please sit back, relax, and I'll catch you in the recap. All right, welcome back to the recap. Hope you guys enjoyed that very lengthy time lapse. I did a couple changes. I guess not too big of a change. I moved the recycling from the area up here. I moved it down below there beside our incinerator plant, and then I decided to add like a small little neighborhood, some row housing with some houses and like a bit of a mall, I guess here. Got a little plaza as well. Mixed in with our business park. I think it might fit. We'll let it sit there for now, and I'll see if it grows on me or not. Before we start, I have a question for you when you're watching. When I do my builds, usually I turn the fog and the clouds off, and I feel like it makes it a very nice and clear day. I'll show you an example. So here we have the fog and clouds are currently turned on, and I'll show you what it looks like without, and I'm curious what you guys preferred. Here is our clear day without the fog or the clouds. I'm interested in your feedback. I'll go through with the fog and clouds turned on for our recap, and then I'll kind of go ahead with what you guys decide down below. So let's quickly go over what we built today. So we built a bunch of interchanges. We added in our small little trumpet interchange out here. We've got some on and off ramps all throughout. We have another one here, all with which I find is actually quite interesting. I really love the layers we have between our low road, our highways, our train down below. I think it makes it quite unique. I hope you guys enjoy that as much as I do. And as you see, we have our trains connecting down over here, and then a very busy interchange here between the highway, the beginning of our industrial area, as well as the trains coming into our cargo port, which I think looks absolutely fantastic in our industrial area here. I absolutely love hitting the play button, kind of watching it play. It's I feel like it's so satisfying seeing something work like this. I think it looks quite unique. I also added in our little rock quarry over here. Kind of looks like it's, I guess, some sort of raw material that's in our port area to be shipped out. I think it kind of adds a bit of an interesting look to it as well. And I put in a little bit of a park, and I guess you can call it a dead train track that maybe it used to be here, and then they upgraded and put some park space in there through the office and some of the industrial area. I added in a lot of different parks and pathways in here to kind of add some green space and not just have nothing but business. I also added in lots of parking spaces, as you guys can see, and I kind of beautified, I guess, the roads as I added some trees and grass spaces to all the different areas. Here's our cargo port area as well. I think it worked out to be quite a unique little space. I added a small little mall to this spot as well. And then we come back over here with our train station. This is still needed to be zoned in, but I'm thinking the next build will put in some housing in this area here and maybe do some medium or row housing in this vicinity over here to kind of fill in for where our train is. I absolutely love the way that this turned out with our train tracks here. I think this looks really unique. And I think this is one of my favorite builds is the infrastructure with highways, the complexity of it, mixing in with the train tracks. I hope you guys enjoy it. I feel like this is somewhat realistic, but let me know what you think down below. If this looks realistic to you, if you like the build that we've added in today. The next build, we're going to be adding in some education. That's something I think we need to work on next, is if we come in here and take a look. We've nailed our unemployment. We brought that down from, I think, last episode 16% to 6%, so that's excellent. And the next thing I think we need to work on is our education. We need to add in some more schools, and we definitely need a university. So I'm thinking we're going to add in some university town there somewhere and expand on that. But that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next one.